Hey guys, welcome to Emily's Robotronics. In our previous video, we covered installing drivers for robot controller M1 board. In this video, we'll see how to use Arduino Ide to program this board. So the very first step to do is install the drivers. So throughout this video, we are assuming that you have the drivers installed on your PC. If not, you can go back and see the previous video to see how to install the drivers. And second thing being, we assume that Arduino Ide is already installed on your PC. And for folks out there who don't have Arduino Ide, you can visit arduino.cc and you can download the IDE from there. And once you have the IDE ready, you can follow the steps that I'm going to explain from now and use the Arduino IDE to program this board. Very first thing that we would need is the Arduino IDE, and once we have installed it, we are good to go from now on. So the steps for preparing Arduino IDE for using robot controller M1 board is very much clearly specified or very much clearly given in the PDF file that's available on the CD that you get with this board, with the kit, I would say. So I'll quickly open up the PDF file to see what we have. So scrolling down in the PDF file, we should see a section called configuration for using robot controller M1. So the first one that you would come across would be configuration for using robot controller M1 for use with Flowcode AVR. So this is with Flowcode AVR. So we'll be doing another video to show you how you can prepare your Flowcode AVR IDE and use and program your robot controller M1 board in a very easy way. So first thing, configuration using robot controller Arduino IDE. So as the first step says, go to the folder location in which Arduino IDE is copied in. In my case, it's Emily's Tools Arduino 101. So I would quickly go navigate to the folder where I have my Arduino IDE installed. So that is Emily's Tools, and there I have Arduino 1.0.1. so this is the latest Arduino IDE available right now. And once you have navigate there, so let's see what the next step says. Okay, open the folder named hardware and then open Arduino folder so that the final location looks like that. Okay, so first we need to find the hardware folder and then the Arduino folder inside hardware folder. So let's see where that folder is located. So hardware, and then I have Arduino. So I have now we have reached the location where we want to, and then let's see what the next step says. Next step says open boards.txt file and include the below text in blue at the end of the file and save it. So going back to the folder, we should see a boards.txt file, and the instruction says that we need to copy the below lines to that file and save that file. So let me just quickly open the file. Says boards. Okay, so boards.txt, this is a file, and once we open, we should see some description like this, and the lines that's mentioned here has to be copied at the end of the existing file. So the end of the existing file is here. So you should see an entry till here, something like atmega 8. So that's the last entry in this text file, and you would want to copy this text. So once you've copied this text, you would want to paste at the end of the file. So I've already pasted this file and saved it. So if you just compare the text there, it says robot controller M1. So we have robot controller. It's the same file that I already have here. So once you have copied it, save the file and close it. Okay, once you've closed it, and once you open the file again, it should look, so the instruction says once saved, the file should look like this. I have used Notepad++. You can use a normal notepad to edit these changes. So when I double click it, it opens up in the default in the Notepad++ view. I'll open up in the normal notepad to show you how it would look. So the text would look somewhat like this. So as the instruction says, you should include the text at the end of the file. So I'll copy that file and paste it here, and I'll save it. So you can either use this notepad that I've already used here, or you can also use the Notepad++. So I don't really it's again a simple task, so you can do it with a simple notepad software that you have. So once you have done that, let's see what the instruction says. It says double click on the Arduino shortcut to launch the Arduino IDE. Go to tools and click on the board. You will see the list of all supported boards. Now select robot controller M1 for using this device. So you see once you have done that, once you open your Arduino IDE and under tools, you should see under tools and under board, you should see robot controller M1 being at the end of the file. And once you start using the Arduino IDE, there you see you are using our robot controller M1. So the steps are pretty simple. All that you need to do is just copy some text and paste it in the folder which says boards.txt and save the file. So once you've done that, you're pretty much ready to use Arduino IDE. So let me quickly open Arduino IDE, and we'll simply write a program to flash the LEDs that we have on board. So the two LEDs that we have here is says D5 and D3, and also there's another LED D4. So we'll use D5 and D3. These are the TXT and the RXT pin of the microcontroller, and we'll program this board with that. So we'll need a reference for this particular pin number. So that reference we can get from this particular board, from this particular PDF that we have. So this PDF covers almost all the description that you would need to program, and there you see port D0, port D1, that is the RXT and TXT pin of the atmega 8 pin, which is nothing but the digital pin 0 and digital pin 1 of the Arduino. So I'll quickly write a small program. So folks out there, you must already be knowing how to use Arduino IDE. And if you don't know, there are a lot of videos out there, and I'm not going to cover how you write the program and all that here. So you can I'll be definitely providing some support documents in the DVD that I provide with the kit, so you can refer them and start writing your own programs. So the first block of any Arduino sketch, I would say, so you don't call it as a program, you would call it as a sketch in Arduino language. So I would set my let me use an existing example to quickly show you how to use the Arduino IDE. So I'll use a blink program that we already have. So we have a blink sketch, okay, and this blink sketch is a program to blink an LED on and off. In our case, the LED here is initialized as 13. In our case, our LEDs are 0 and 1. So I would change this code a bit. So there we have our code ready to be used. So we need to set, now when we see at the bottom down here, we see Arduino Leonardo on common. So this is not the board that we're using. We are using a robot controller M1. So we need to change that, and to change that, all that you need to do is like go to tools, click on board, and at the bottom of the list you should see robot controller M1. So once you see a robot controller M1, that means you have picked the right board, and we are ready to transfer the code. So now we have the code ready. We need to prepare our board. So preparing our board involves 3 simple steps. Step 1, connecting your USB cable. And I connect the other end of the USB cable to my PC. And step 2, to ensuring this jumper is set to position 2 and 3, just to make sure that we are utilizing the USB power supply, or you can also have an external power supply and you can short the jumper this way, and we can use the external power supply as well. So this is again dependent on you. So I'll be plugging in the jumper here, that being the second step. The third step is turning on the programming mode. So the 3 simple steps that we have finished right now, and I'll simply push the reset button so that our PC recognizes this board as a USB ASP device. So we'll quickly check if our PC has recognized it or not. So you should see under LIB USB, yes, the USB ASP, it has successfully recognized, and now we have our board ready to use. So we'll verify the code. We'll verify the sketch. So our code is basically called a sketch in Arduino IDE. So verification is done. There are no errors as of now, and we'll simply upload the sketch onto our microcontroller, onto our robot controller board. Okay, there you see the program was successfully loaded. Even though you see warning cannot set SCK period, you can easily ignore that. That means to say that your board is not running at the highest speed. So you can simply ignore that part of error. As far as you don't see that error could not find USB device or something like that, you should be fine with that. So the code that we wrote, we were turning on, turning off 2 LED, and that we simply loaded onto it, and you see the 2 LEDs blinking. So once you have done with your programming, you can turn back. You can turn this switch 1, that is programming enable switch, to off, and you can see the program being run beautifully on your robot controller board. So that's one simple way how you can use your Arduino IDE to program this particular board. So thanks guys, thanks for watching. You can simply try out as many codes as you want, and there's a lot of unlimited features that's available using Arduino IDE, because there's a lot of features provided by the Arduino IDE which you can combine with your robot controller M1 board and make your robot a very powerful robot. So that's the whole point of this video, helping you use the very powerful Arduino IDE with this very powerful robot controller M1 board. Thanks for watching. Do leave your comments below and subscribe and enjoy the video. Thank you.